listen, they want to be us so bad, and it's pretty obvious. So according to the Athletics, the Kansas City Chiefs were actually trying to trade up and steal Amarius Mims from us. So obviously the Vikings traded up ahead of us and they ended up getting, I think, Dallas Turner, I believe. Well, apparently the Chiefs were trying to trade up and steal Amarius Mims. Now, ironically enough, this would have actually helped us out immensely and would have been very interesting to see how this turns out. Because if they would have traded up, let's say they would have traded up where, maybe not the Vikings, but let's say they would have traded up with the Seahawks, right? And they got Amarius Mims. Well, that means 17, let's say the Vikings still trade up, and they take Dallas Turner. That means we would have gotten Byron Murphy. That means the Chiefs would have stolen Amarius Mims from us, and in theory, would have given us Byron Murphy. I'm just saying, it would have been one of those situations where it would have backfired extremely on them. Now, they ended up taking Kingsley later on in the NFL draft, and again, I guess in the end it works out for them, but it's just hilarious how, in theory, they could have given us Xavier, they could have given us, our boy here, Byron Murphy from Texas, instead of going with Mims. And I like Mims, but I'd rather have Byron Murphy from Texas. So if they would have traded up, let's say, for example, to this pick, Latu goes there. This could have been the Chiefs, Amarius Mims. Vikings trade up to take Dallas Turner. And we're sitting here with a Byron Murphy from Texas. How things could have went. Anyway, though, going down this article, this is what the whole situation was. Midway through the first round, Brett Veach and Mike, fake last name, began calling teams to find a trade partner that would allow them to trade up more than 10 spots. Taylor wrote, the first prospect the Chiefs targeted was Amarius Mims, a tackle from Georgia. Although Mims played right tackle in college, many believed that he had the talent to be a starting left tackle. The Cincinnati Bengals selected Mims at the 18th overall pick. So kind of funny how this all works out too, because I'm not saying a Mims can't play left tackle, but he would, in theory, become the starter at left tackle for the Chiefs. So this way, he's actually able to kind of sit back, relax, and, learn. Instead of being thrust right into the lineup and having to start right away, he's able to kind of take some time and relax and learn how to play the position. And play the position, when I say learn how to play, I mean play the NFL level. He also, when he started 7 games in college, though. He also does kind of, in a way, need to learn how to play the position because he hasn't played much at the position when it comes to college-wise and being a starter. So, it works out in the end for us. It works out at the end for Amarius Mims, but it's just funny how the Chiefs tried to steal the guy from us, and in the end, that same guy would have been, we could have gotten somebody else who, in theory, would have been better. It says right here, Mims joins a tackle rotation with Elena Brown and Trent Brown, who now Teddy K calls the Cincinnati Skyline, which I still think is hilarious. So, again, it works out in the end. I'm excited for Mims. I'm excited to see our whole entire draft class, not just Mims, but a whole draft class and how they end up turning out and how well they are. And again, I have faith in Duke Tobin, Katie Blackburn, and Zach Taylor. Not really Pollock, but I had faith in the other guys to get this job done and, help develop these players into being great players. I still will say Amarius Mims should be a good pick for the future. That's my boy. That's my boy right there. I love this pick. I love this pick, Chris Jenkins. This is going to be the pick that in 10 years from now, we're looking back saying, damn, we took a Geno Atkins V2. We took a second Geno Atkins. That's my boy right there, Amarius Mims. I'm just kidding. Chris Jenkins. Jermaine Burton, I still love this pick. I think this right here, best back-to-back pick in the whole NFL draft, was these 2 picks back-to-back. I love these 2 picks. I really do like Jackson. I think he's a solid pick. Eric All, I think he'd be a solid pick. I think for tight end depth and for, the future of having a couple tight ends, okay, they were really trying to show me this clip. With the fact of, tight ends of the future, you need somebody. I like it. Josh Newton, I think he could be pretty good. I understand the pick more after, like, taking some time to think about it and going through it. I don't know if I completely love the pick still. There was still a lot of great players on the board at the time. He's the only pick I don't love. He's the only pick that I'm like, kind of, okay, I understand, but I don't really understand. That's the only pick. The only pick I think that they might have not hit on was that pick. These other 3 picks, Matt Lee is the best. Matt Lee is by far the best of these 3. Not even a question. These 2 guys, I don't think they make the roster at the end of the day. But I think that they have potential to. And I think they could be, special teamers and rotation guys. But I think there's a good chance they don't make the roster. And that's okay. At the end of the day, sometimes you just get extra options to see what they can do, and maybe they can make the roster, and maybe they can be good, right? They're going to all be fighting for a roster spot. We have a 90-man roster. We have a lot of players who are going to be competing here, right? But at the end of the day, our best thing we had from this whole NFL draft, even better than Chris Jenkins, even better than Jermaine Burton, right? Even better than all those options. Not this man. Not this man at all. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, that's my boy. That's my boy right there. That is my boy right there. Look at him. That's my boy right there. Best punter in college football over the last 3 years. 87.6 punter grade over the last 3 years. That's my boy right there. Let's go. That's our punter. Man, he punted the ball from his own end zone to the other end zone. Technically, it dropped to the 5. He punted from his own end zone to the 5-yard line to the other side of the field. This man did it like it was nothing. He punted the ball 87 yards or 85 yards like it was absolute. Well, technically, that's 95 yards. Oh, wait, hang on. 10. Technically, the end zone to end zone is 80 yards. End zone is 10 yards each. He punted the ball 85 yards like it was nothing. Like like he was sleeping and just decided to kick his leg. I love Brad Robbins. I do. 90% of the reason why I love Brad Robbins is the stash. But listen, there's going to be a competition here in Cincinnati. Competition for the punter position. And when you have a guy who averages like 20 yards a punt, he doesn't average actually. He averages more than that, but I'm exaggerating there. And then you have a guy that could kick the ball to Valhalla. This man could kick the ball to the pearly gates. And then somehow, some way, it would be a good field goal because it would go through the pearly gates. He's a punter, and I still think he can kick a field goal. Anyway, though, enough love for my man here, Austin. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.